Previously on Guild's Garage.
Working as the clock. He's been stuck 6 o'clock for a while now. Yeah, I talked to Alex about it. Because this thing is, trying to see how they put it together.
It's a customized E-Type, so nothing fits from the factory, everything's handmade to specifications. Unfortunately, with handmade parts, sometimes they don't fit perfectly and Clev's run into a couple of issues. It's got to go to the show, so we got to fix it. We can't send it broken. If it's an absolute nightmare, we'll reassess it as a team and figure out what's gone on there and how to make it right.
It's going to take like a few months at least, and I don't have that time. We don't have that time. We have Motorama tomorrow.
Welcome back to Guild's Garage. In this episode, you're going to see Jess and I wandering around Motorama trying to determine what we think Alex's favorite car at the show is. Meanwhile, Tommy and Alex are going to wander around trying to determine what they think my favorite car at the show is going to be. And they also have a real job, and that is determining the award winners for the eBay Motors Award.
What's going on, Dan?
Cars, eh? Birds
Glad
of a
you
feather.
do.
You like it, covers up my face. Anything that covers my face is good. We gotta go in filming.
If we could cover your mouth, that'd be better.
Hear that? Wow. You are so mean to me.
But you're still here.
I know.
You haven't turned
I know,
around
but it's
yet.
because I don't have a choice.
So we just found out from eBay that we got to go pick 2 awards for their special display.
Okay. Any criteria, hopefully?
Ideally, they want the cars that best utilized recycled parts.
Okay,
So,
we can do that.
Buildings full of recycled parts. Let's go pick 2 cars.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, I like this one.
Yeah? Oh, that's
Although,
pretty.
I don't know.
Was this not at the
Well, you know
auto
what?
show in September?
I have no idea. But is it fiberglass?
They're just from Pickering.
See, it's fiberglass. So you can tell that you can see the molded lines. They're not crisp like the punch lines in a steel car.
Hey, what about the coffin mobile?
Grandpa's Dragster.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. It looks pretty fresh. It's pretty sweet. I don't know how much, I don't know how recycled it is.
That's the most important thing to get. This thing was completely fabricated by 14 to 17-year-old students.
That's awesome.
There you
Where are
go.
you guys from?
Kingsville.
Nice.
Yeah,
Awesome.
This we're here representing them because this was put together over 3 semesters by 14 to 17-year-old kids.
Yeah.
The build book is there to prove that we didn't lay a hand on it.
Nice.
It started as 2 chalk lines on the floor for the frame rails.
Cool.
So
That's awesome.
Sweet. They did
That's
pretty
awesome.
good.
What's in it for
Fantastic.
drivetrain?
It's a small block shaft, 307 with a set of straight cut gears in the front. So it sounds like it's got a bit of a supercharged in it. It's got a bumpy cam, so it'll wake you up when you fire it up.
Nice.
Everything is fabricated on it by the kids. There are stock manifolds on it, but there are collectors and a baffle underneath it. You can see the pipes, so they're functional pipes that are on it. It's a 1950 Ford F100 axle. And we bought the wreck so that we had the ownership. And the VIN number.
Perfect.
So this is actually legal for the road. Because when we were in the competition at Motorama in Detroit, it had to go through a tech lane. And it had to be legal and drivable. So this is on the road insured as a 1950 Ford F100 modified.
That's awesome. Sweet.
But everything on it. All of our tech departments were involved. You guys were one of the places that we brought up and showed because you built the buck for the body for the one that you did.
Right.
My construction students built the buck for this body.
Nice.
It's set up and it's perfectly to scale to a coffin that was set up so that we could be 2 up in the car, and there's the jack underneath it that lifts the body like a funny car body.
Nice. Cool. Sweet.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Right down to the vodka bottles as the headlight.
Nice.
Oh, they do work. That's so cool.
Actually worked pretty well too.
Yeah, look at that. That's awesome.
The turn signals are LEDs built right into the axle. So they're there.
Yep, cool.
Yeah, we're retired at this point in time, but pretty proud of the kids.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you should be. That's pretty awesome. Fantastic.
It's not a multi-million-dollar build, but it weighs the world.
It's still pretty cool. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Exactly. It's still pretty cool. That's awesome.
Anyway,
Congratulations.
I just wanted to make note that we saw
Absolutely.
it by the kids.
Yeah, thank you. Have a go. Thanks. There you go. There you go. So there's some recycled stuff. Are we gonna scout out some children now to come work with us? We do have children working for us. Sorry. I know. I guess we do. We got a couple of them. Yeah, exactly. We should make them build a rat rod. I was thinking. Right?
Corvettes. See, they have chairs.
Yeah, they thought things through a little bit better.
Yeah.
Would you have rather had an orange one and not a white one?
I'd like to have any color other than white.
Then why did you get that one?
Because it was, I don't know.
There?
There. Well, because Matt gave me a really good deal on it.
Man, imagine getting a Z06 as an impulse buy. That's a real problem to have, dude.
Yeah, but Janice still says that it was one of the dumber things I've done.
Yeah, not the dumbest, though.
Not the dumbest, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's admitting that you have good ideas sometimes, or better ones.
On occasion.
Yeah.
See lowriders. I love lowriders.
All right, let's take a look.
It's nice, but it doesn't have the detail of the ones down south.
What kind of detail would that be?
Well, just like the ones in California and Arizona and that, all the chrome is patterned.
Oh, okay.
And they got paintings all over them, even underneath the cars. And there's no black paint. The whole cars are done in the body color.
Yeah, there's
or
a lot more
multiple.
texture in all the paint and everything, yeah.
So these are sort of the beginnings.
Yeah.
What about this one? That looks pretty wild. 69 Chevelle. I bet it gets out of its own way. Yeah. Fairly new. We're sticking to used parts though. We want to stick to recycled parts as much as we can. I don't know how much is recycled on a race car. Yeah. This is another one that's pretty gorgeous, but again, nothing. There's a few like this. There's this Monte Carlo over here that's. They put stock valve covers over top of an LS to hide the coil packs. That's weird. Look at that. That looks good. That's smart. Did it actually turn out nice? I like that idea. That's a good use of recycling parts. Yeah. What about this? You think we can find any recycled parts on this Monte Carlo? I highly doubt it. I don't know if there's any Monte Carlo left. That thing is pretty wild. I like the cutouts, the exhaust going actually. I love the fit and finish. Just like little stuff. Look at the fit and finish of the trunk lid. They recess the body so it sucks in. That's nice. Look at that. Then the bumper reset. The bumper being set in, the tail lights, the exhaust. It all just like fits so well. Yeah, the fit and finish is out of this world on that thing.
Well, that's something. For some reason, I don't know why, but I think Alex would like something like this. Not with the lights, but
30 years ago, I'd have loved this. But
it's pretty interesting. It's pretty cool.
It is, and I like the color.
It is.
But I've never liked that body style. I like the 10 years earlier than that car, like the coupes, big round back things.
Yeah.
44s.
Yeah, I think that's kind of more Alex's speed too.
Oh, well, I see something over there I like. I like this. See, now if you're going to go like sort of lead sleddy, that one over there, early 50s Chevys and that, they're not flamboyant enough to pull it off. This
it needs
is
to be
flamboyant.
lots of drama.
Yeah, I mean, look at this car.
He's
actually toned it down from the way that the manufacturer made it. But yeah, nice interior in this. Paint's nice.
Even all through the trunk and everything, it's just beautiful.
The only thing that I'm just a little hesitant is to see the camber on the front wheels. That bothers me. I like to see a wheel straight up and down.
Yeah.
Now this is a haul with recycled parts in it. There we go. we've made it somewhere. I like the green.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
The green and gold, it's always works.
Yeah, exactly.
You think that was a used coffin? Is that recycled?
I'm willing to bet that's recycled. You don't get much more recycled than that truck.
No. It's...
Everything's recycled. It doesn't run though, so.
It's seen better days.
Yeah. It's missing some pieces. They need to go to eBay, buy more pieces for it.
They do.
Once it's running, it'd be a contender. This thing, same deal.
Yeah. That one's definitely got a lot of recycled and used parts on her.
Yeah, yeah, that thing's pretty wild. Now that thing's special.
It's one of those panoramic sunroofs.
That is definitely mostly recycled parts. I bet. Look at that.
Wow.
They stole the shag carpeting out of your bedroom by the look of it?
Yeah, a little less stained maybe.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. It's nice. Look at what the roof's off of.
What roof?
This part of the roof. Like,
oh yeah.
I wonder what that's off of.
Do you think it's just custom?
Even the dash. Look at the dash. No, they used a donor car from something for sure.
Huh.
Wow. I think that's a contender.
Cool. Yeah, that definitely is. Oh, how about this? Double engines?
It's twice as recycled.
Right?
Right? Like it has to be.
You can't get more recycled. Unless you get 3 engines.
Yeah, exactly. How do you get more than that? Yeah, front axle, the interior.
Yeah.
Just coupled crank to crank. Yeah.
Crank to crank. A little bell housing cover.
Yep.
Just to hide it all.
Yep.
Nice.
That thing's pretty cool.
It is.
There's that sweet thing. That's definitely recycled.
That looks nice.
Another one that's 3 different cars welded together.
Yeah. What's the front's? It's got to be like a Ford, but it's not a Ford in the front.
Looks, yeah, Plymouth maybe?
It's got to be something.
Yeah.
That looks
It's
nice.
really cool.
What, Thunderbird? What is this Thunderbird?
They're always pretty, that roof is always pretty wild to see in operation.
Right. We had a Thunderbird in the shop recently. You know, it was kind of pain.
They had the cloth top version of this.
Yeah, it was. I remember it being a pain getting that thing to work.
There's so many moving pieces to get the dance orchestrated correctly. It's pretty cool. They're pretty cool cars.
Yeah. What about this?
Dave would appreciate the artwork on that.
You think?
Yeah. He loves that weird sketchbook
Yeah.
kind of looking stuff.
We should get him to do a car like that.
He did one. He did his PT Cruiser like that.
Did he?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
So we repainted it because he got tired of getting stopped in traffic.
Oh. We stopped in traffic.
Yeah.
What was the problem?
People talking about the artwork on the car. So we just painted it purple.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
See now, this. Well, you know, I like old racing cars, like really old.
Do you?
Well, you know.
You don't have one.
It's not like I've got one. But it's got the original flathead engine on it. It's got some really serious injection on there. But it's all early stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, it hasn't dropped an LS in it or something.
Right.
So I get a lot of respect for that. And it's got to be just a quarter-mile car because that's the gas tank. So.
They are neat. Look at the giant. Look at the giant tires in the back too.
Yeah, I don't like fenders over the back wheels. I mean, they have a really good purpose, especially.
Yeah.
But and I like the tires he's got on there. That's pretty period. I bought whole cars to get those tires.
Really?
Yep. When I was doing Turbo Sonic, I needed a set of old tires, so we bought the car that they were on.
Oh, so you literally bought the car just for the tires?
Just for the tires, yep.
They weren't able to be sold separately?
So I mean, like, custom cars are beautiful, and I appreciate all the work that goes into them and everything. But I got such a soft spot for stuff like this because to me, this just harkens back to where hot rodding came from.
They're just fun. Like there's.
Well, that's it.
Yeah, there's a special category of nostalgia that goes with them, right?
Yeah.
That's just gorgeous. Wow. See like the body lines and just the
Fit and finish on it.
it's all smoothed out, no door handles in there.
But they kept all the original Zephyr stuff.
Yeah,
Imagine how hard that would be to find.
Oh, you're definitely.
Look, it was all missing too.
Oh yeah, they're definitely using recycling parts and finding some used ones.
Check out the steering wheel.
Wow. Outside and like the interior is
Steering wheel's cool as hell.
That is cool.
Like amber. Translucent amber.
That's amazing. Wow. Yeah. I think this has got to be one of my top
Yeah,
ones.
this is on the list. So
I think
we got this. We got the two-engine car.
That
the 30,
blue-
the 23.
blue hot rod.
We got the blue hot rod.
I think this would be Dave's.
Yeah, Dave would probably be
I
in
think
on this.
Dave is all over this.
Yeah, he used to own a stock Zephyr, so
Oh, did he?
yeah, this would be right up his alley.
Nice. Let's head into hole one.
Yeah,
Check out what we got
this
over
is
here.
all race car stuff. I don't think race cars use any used parts.
They're still cool though. I saw this when I first walked in.
The truck?
Look at this
Yeah,
truck.
this thing's wild.
Like that's just.
I'm
so
pretty
awesome.
sure this has been here in various states of repair
Oh, has it? That's
for the last like 4 years.
so cool. I think this is the kind of truck we need for our shop tow truck.
I would for sure. I wouldn't
Right?
even hesitate. Wanna go to the Ram truck? We can start tomorrow.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Thing's awesome. Wow.
Oh, I think you can get stickers there.
I don't know who wouldn't like that.
Right? Like, even the inside is just,
Yeah, this is nice. The frame's just as nice.
yeah. Oh, there we go. Now we're getting into some fun stuff.
It's a straight 6 turbo.
Straight
Blow through with a 4-barrel Holly.
Oh,
That is a setup.
there we go. Didn't even notice they integrated that intercooler quite nicely underneath.
Yeah.
Kind of, you barely notice that it's added.
These door handles are shaved too.
Oh, didn't even see that part.
That's really cool.
That's nice. The washer, like the reservoir balls and stuff. Like hide it like that. That's nice, clean.
Yeah, it's really well done. Really clean. No, this thing's wild. Fun for the whole family.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I like green cars.
You got a thing for green?
I think so. This one's pretty cool.
Yeah, you got a
got a-
soft spot for green, right?
Yeah, I got a soft spot for green cars. Mind you, that's because my first car was a green truck.
That's unfortunate. I'm sorry about your
Yeah,
luck.
but
This thing looks pretty cool though.
it does.
Anything with a giant turbo.
Right? Look how big that thing is.
Yeah, sweet.
It's done pretty nice.
Yeah.
You gotta always like bugs, eh?
Yeah, there's a unique charm for them for sure. Like I can't imagine you being in like a bad mood driving that around. Like you just kind of, it's like holding a banjo. Can you really not smile when you're holding a banjo?
It depends on if it's wintertime.
I guess so.
If you're in a bug and it's wintertime, you need a passenger to scrape the window. Okay, I like this one.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. seen this one before.
Did we?
Look at the graphics on it, yeah.
Was I here when we were here last time?
I think so, yeah. I certainly recall
I don't know if I
it.
saw it.
I like this one. I would drive this, as you know.
Yeah. This one doesn't have snow tires, though.
Oh, that's true. The smart car's got snow tires.
I like this.
Isetta?
I like Isettas.
Isettas are a great idea until you get into a garage, and then you realize there's no reverse, and the door opens frontwards.
Yeah, but
It's got a modern motor in it.
right?
It's got a K-Series in it,
That's pretty cool.
right? Or a Hayabusa motor.
Yeah. I'd want one of these.
Yeah,
They're
I
pretty
want one of those.
That's fair.
I want a turbo big enough to stick your head in.
Yeah, well, who doesn't, though? I want a turbo big enough to stick my head in the Isetta. That's what I want.
Sounds like a problem.
Corvette?
Yeah, the Vette's nice. Color, modifications, that's pretty well done.
Yeah. It's nice and clean
Valve
in there.
covers the interior. Even lit the little trunk area in the back.
Yeah, it's nicely done.
Yeah, that's really well done. I bet Dave was drooling over that. I know he's a better fan of a coupe, but still
Yeah, I'm sure he still.
enjoyed that.
I feel like he might like this. I like this.
Yeah, this is my style.
Yeah.
I have an eternal soft spot for these.
Yeah.
Can't say I'm a fan of the two-tone interior, but
Yeah. I like the black.
the black looks so good on these.
The black with the brown interior.
Yeah,
beige,
yeah.
It's nice.
Dark tan interior.
I feel like black and red gets overdone.
Yeah,
Like the beige is nice.
Yeah, this is classy.
Is that how the hoods were held down with the strap?
A lot of the Le Mans Series cars were done like that. And if this is a real alloy car, that might be original.
Oh, that's sweet.
That's cool.
There you go.
That's really cool.
That's nice. 35 pickup. All right. We got a couple more here.
Go this way, GTO.
The GTO.
GTO is pretty wild. This thing's pretty crazy. Really clean engine bay. Roadster shop chassis. I don't really know or care if Dave likes this one. This one's pretty nice.
Yeah.
This is really well done.
That looks good.
Look at this thing. It's another one. The fit and finish is nice.
Oh, that's nice. The wood, yeah.
How much extra wood? How much extra work there is to do something in wood?
Yeah, I can only imagine how many man hours it took
You
to
don't
like,
get to use any kind of filler or primer on it to make it look good.
Yeah.
And then the cloth top.
Yeah, that looks so good.
This one might be my favorite.
The engine bay is nice and clean and just,
Yeah.
yeah. This is definitely up there.
That's a pretty dramatic interior too. That's pretty.
Yeah, it's clean. And I mean, it's radically altered. It's a beautiful car.
Yeah, it caught my eye right away, but I'm like,
The door handles?
just like no, the actual interior. I'm like, it caught my eye, but now the longer I'm looking at it, I'm like, I really am unsure how I feel about it. But I don't think it's like a bad thing.
Yeah. The only thing I think it should have headrests, just for safety.
Maybe that's what it's missing. I don't know. Now it's
But I like the. Look at how clean the engine compartment is.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
nice.
that's a nice car. Very nice car. Look at this. That's a nice car.
Oh wow.
Okay, so that would be my favorite car that we've seen so far.
Yeah.
Look at the Art Deco styling on this thing. And I mean, they haven't customized it to the point where they've compromised any of the original design. Because you can ruin a superb original design by going too far. I mean, but look at this. This thing is just beautiful. Yeah. I won won Best in Class at Meadowbrook years ago with one of these.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was bone stock. I mean, it was a Concours prepared car.
Yeah, it can definitely be a fine line to toe before you start like encroaching on the coachwork, right?
Yeah, that's nice though. Roof is nicely done as well. He's used the original headlights because to alter those headlights or to alter that grille, there's no way you can improve on that. That's where when you're customizing a car, you really have to understand what you're starting with. Just change for change's sake just doesn't work. Like, don't compromise a stunning design. So he's done exactly the right thing. He's shaved it and he's cleaned it up a little bit, but he's still got all of the original components.
Yeah, like don't fix what's not broken, right? Don't change what works.
Exactly, yeah. The guys that they were paying to design that were probably better than you. You know, that's how you have to look at things.
Yeah, if I can't do a better job, don't change what someone else did.
I think that's everything.
I think so. I think we covered the whole show pretty much.
At least we'll get back and catch up and see what our picks are for eBay. I don't think we missed anything.
Hopefully not.
Yeah. Everything up here looks pretty bloody brand new. I don't think there's anything recycled on any of these.
Yeah, these, well, however well done they are, I think most of them are
freshies.
Yeah. They don't fall under that category.
Cool. All right, let's go figure this out. Show's almost over.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, I don't know. Honestly, I feel like he'd probably really like that. He'd like that Lincoln Zephyr. I feel like he'd really like that.
I do like that.
No, I think Alex would like it.
Oh,
what do you think? No, what do
I think he likes the stripped down chassis of the, what was it, an MG Midget or something with no body on it, just the chassis.
Yeah. So it'd be familiar, probably. But no, I think he would really like that Lincoln Zephyr. I think he'd like that, but.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else back there that would
tickle his fancy like that.
Yeah. No, not in the back anyway.
Yeah.
So, my favorite that I've seen all day is a pickup truck, hot rod at the front, and it's seafoam green with a seafoam green, white and striped interior.
You did like that one. Okay, I won't tell him. I'll keep out of secret.
I love that. That would be the one I would drive.
It is, yeah.
That I've seen here.
It was cute. I liked it.
Yeah.
You can't miss it. It's beautiful.
So as far as Alex is concerned, I think back here it would have to be that Zephyr.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
Yeah, really, it was the only thing that's really pops that's not in the top 10 cars.
And I know he likes wagons too, but there was none really back there. There was that one Buick that was back there, but we didn't really focus on it too much.
Yeah. So, so I'm picking that one.
So we saw the whole show, made it back to our booth. What do you think? What did you pick? Start with your favorite. What was your favorite car?
Personally, I quite like that Zephyr, that Lincoln Zephyr.
It's pretty special.
It was nicely done.
Yeah, exactly.
Interior, exterior, like it was just a beautiful car.
Yeah, I think they did a pretty good job on that car. I like it too. I had a big fan of the twin engine hot rod.
That was cool. I like the blue one.
Yeah.
The blue one was nice too.
Yeah, the way they used it, molded a bunch of different cars together to make one cool one.
And it just
flowed.
Yeah, you didn't notice it.
It flowed well. That was pretty cool too. If I was going to pick a favorite, I'm probably picking the Woody wagon in the front.
That one
the
was
33.
Nice. Yeah, that was
cool.
Nice.
Yeah. What about Dave? What do you think Dave would have liked?
Dave? I'm not sure. I mean, I'm sure he would have liked that Zephyr. I feel like he would have liked.
It's got a weird taste. The GTO?
I know, he does.
He should have liked the GTO.
I think so.
Yeah.
I would have, yeah.
He probably would have picked the Zephyr too.
That Corvette, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I know he likes the split windows. I mean, he has
the Corvette's probably up there.
that, but
yeah, I bet that caught his eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's just so many to choose from. So.
Yeah, definitely.
So many amazing
on our
cars.
end, as far as recycled parts, I think the Zephyr and probably that twin engine hot rod are the winners, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, 1 and 2. They use the most stuff that we could see. And then my best in show is the Woody wagon. I guess we'll see who actually wins.
Yeah.
What was your best in show?
I quite like the green, what was it, the green Chevy
Suburban?
Yeah.
The Suburban?
I like that.
Yeah. That was cool.
The tow truck, or the big tow truck, is just a showstopper.
Tow truck is wild, yeah.
It's big, and you just see it.
It's a mountain of fabrication. It's pretty wild. Yeah.
You can't not like it.
Yeah, exactly.
But
those are pretty cool.
The green Suburban was nice. I think that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, just because it's green, right?
Just green. It's a Suburban.
Yeah,
it's nice, easy.
That works.
The interior was nice. I like the beige.
Yeah.
I think
the beige, the white trim against the green, it all worked out really well. Yeah, they did a good job with that too. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I guess that covers everything. I'll go let eBay know what our picks are, and we'll go from there and see who won best in show.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, I'll catch you in a minute. So what did Dave actually pick? We made our guesses, but they won't tell us.
He liked that like seafoam like Ford pickup.
He liked the Ford pickup?
Yeah. I didn't catch what year it was. But he saw that as soon as he walked in, he was like all over it.
There was like a seafoam Ford pickup. I didn't even think Dave was gonna like that. I thought he would have liked the Corvette more.
Yeah, same. I thought he would have been all over that.
Hung up on that. As soon as he walked in, and I went to go get him at the front, he was like stopped and stared at it for a while.
Yeah.
It was that one, and then he also loved the Zephyr one.
We called it, yeah.
He talked about a couple other ones, but that was the one he was kind of stuck on for a while.
Nice, nice.
Kind of like
So he figured he'd like that. He used to have a Zephyr. I'm sure he told that story.
Probably.
I'm sure he's told plenty of stories.
Yeah. One of his many.
Glad you're there for the conversation.
You're gonna have to take another look at that
a closer
Ford,
look.
yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see what Dave sees.
Surprised. Yeah. I didn't take him as a truck guy.
No, me neither.
Learn something new every day.
Well, there you have it, folks.
So when Jess and I did the walk around of Motorama, one of the objectives, other than just seeing some cool cars, was to sort of figure out what Alex's favorite car would be at the show. And I think I got it because I chose the Lincoln Zephyr, which I really like myself. And it was sort of it was a nostalgic like because I did one of those cars years ago and won a lot of awards with it. So, and I've always loved them, that great big long tail and everything. So exquisite car. And I think that may have been Alex's favorite car at the show. Now, for my favorites, well, there was two contenders. There was a coffin dragster, and I've always had a soft spot for those. I loved the Munster Dragula. What I liked about this one was a lot of people have copied the original Munster Dragula. And I mean, and that's fine. I mean, I would have done that myself. But this one was a coffin dragster, but completely different, although done along the same lines. I mean, it didn't have a plexiglass dome on it. There was actually like a little pickup truck bed behind the cockpit. Different colors, different graphics on it. I actually preferred the intake with the skull, and the headlights were just really, really inventive and quite spectacular. And I'm told that it was done by a bunch of young teenagers, so kudos to them, and I wish they'd come and work for me. But my favorite car at the show, well, it wasn't even a car. 1935 Ford Pickup hot rod. It was sort of a seafoam green, had a seafoam green and white striped interior, red wheels, big white walls. I just sort of like the ultimate hot rod. And I've got a real thing for, 50s and 60s hot rods, and that one just sort of ticked all the boxes for me. So my favorite of the show, not the one I would think would win best in show, not by a long stretch, but my personal favorite was that 35 Ford Pickup. Well, thank you very much for watching Gilt's Garage.
Oh, that's it?
Oh, you want more? Oh, okay, well, all right. Well, thank you very much for watching Gilt's Garage. This is more, right? Thank you very much for watching Gilt's Garage. And, oh yeah, I remember. Can you like and subscribe and, for crying. Well, thank you very much for watching Gilt's Garage. For better or worse, there's going to be more episodes. And oh, there's something else. Oh yeah, the like and subscribe thing. Can you please like and subscribe and, oh, the bell. Oh, ring the bell. Yeah, can you, whatever the bell does, can you please ring it, because I don't know. Well, thank you very much for watching Gilt's Garage. The dog distracted me. I'm easily distracted. Well, thanks for watching Gilt's Garage today. And yeah, the like and subscribe thing. So can you please do those things and ring the bell? For whatever reason, you ring a bell. I don't know.
You sound like you're being held against your will.
Perfect.